Well, that was refreshing, to use a positive adjective. You know what's annoying? If your boiler stops working. Because even though it's turned on, it doesn't heat up the water. Damn you! So I had to have a shower with cold water. Although it wasn't even the minimum. Like it's still semi-warm, but it felt really cold, and it's only getting worse. It must have stopped working on Friday or so, even Thursday, because in retrospect I remember that I had to use hotter, or they had to adjust the thing to hotter than usual, but I thought, well, maybe I'm just cold or something. But then the next day I figured out, well, something's not right here, I have to adjust it even more now. And then I figured out that that thing is not working anymore. And today I had to have it. Today it was really bad, like it's getting really cold. But you can't just not take a shower. So you have to take a shower with cold water. But you have to put everything in perspective. Like, it is annoying that the boiler stopped working. But let's assume I was late to a party. Then I would immediately forget that the boiler isn't working and rush out of the house, get in my car. I don't have a car, but for the sake of the argument, let's assume I had a car. And I'll start driving to the party. And then I would be really annoyed. Oh man, so much traffic. I need to get to this party. Until I have a car crash. Because when I have a car crash, I'll immediately forget about the party and that I'm late, because I had a fucking car crash. Okay. And I mean, you get the idea, and you can play that further and further. Like, once you have the car crash, you get a phone call. A relative calls that your grandma died. You'll forget about the car crash, because your grandma just died. And then you'll basically forget about your grandma dying, or your grandma being dead, if you get hit by a car and suddenly lie in the hospital. And then you would forget about that if you suddenly are in a coma. And you wouldn't care so much about being in a coma if your country would start a war with another country and would force everybody to join the military. So not only are you in the hospital, but a lot of your friends and relatives will be soon or dead. And you'll forget about that if somebody goes ahead and nukes the whole planet so that all human life is destroyed. Then the two countries having a war wouldn't be that big of a deal. And the whole planet being destroyed is not so interesting if you think solar system. If the sun suddenly expands and takes up all the planets and then implodes, and that would be irrelevant if, you know, something happens to a galaxy, and that would be irrelevant if, I don't know, the universe just suddenly stops existing. So you have to put everything in perspective, and compared to the universe stopping to exist, a not working boiler is a really tiny thing to complain about. So, and the good thing about that is that it's like almost bottom line. It's like you can just take some money, throw it at it, and it will stop working. It will start working again, is what I wanted to say. It should not stop working, it already did stop working. Money! Solve it! Alright, so maybe you have to do it a little different than just literally throwing money at it. But, you know, if I get an expert and he'll fix it Or worst case, get a new boiler. That problem will be sorted. Yes, I'll have to pay for it, but you know, it's not the worst that could happen. Like, nothing compared to my grandma dying, nothing compared to me having a car accident. So just don't even complain about it, don't even worry about it. But make a video about it where you put everything in perspective. Right. And so you don't have a dilemma that you have to put into perspective, go and make your backup. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.